Hello and welcome to the Travel Well podcast. Travel Well is a trial programme of active travel social prescribing happening here in Nottingham, funded by Active Travel England. It is social prescriptions or referrals by healthcare professionals and others into walking, wheeling or cycling activities happening within a community setting. It is understanding if the provision of these activities can lead people to switching to be more active, and will this lead to improved mental and physical health. To see upcoming activities and to find out more about Travel Well, please visit www.transportnottingham.com/travelwell. On with the show. Today we're joined by Abby, a resident who attended a travel activity provided by Women in Tandem. She's been interviewed by Women in Tandem's co-managing director, Emily.
Hi Abby.
Hey Emily.
So what was the first Travel Well event that you attended and how did you find out about it?
Well, I recently moved back to Nottingham and I was just scrolling through social media on Facebook, and I saw that a very lovely old friend of mine, which was yourself, Emily, had got a new job as co-director of Women in Tandem. I'd never heard of them before, and so I took a deep dive into what Women in Tandem was all about, and I saw that they were putting on a short ride, about 5 or 6 miles. It was from Harvey Haddon Stadium, and it was at coming up the next Tuesday, and I hadn't ridden before then, certainly not in a group setting or anything like that, and I just thought, this sounds great, I'd love to go along and see what it's like, see if I can manage this. And so that was it. I signed up to it and put my bike in the car and went over to Harvey Haddon, and Emily was there leading the ride.
So you said that you hadn't cycled before then. Can you tell me a little bit about what your cycling experience was before that ride?
Yeah, very, very, very limited. So I've thought I'm quite a short person, 5 foot nothing. I never really thought bikes ever fitted me. I've got really short legs. So any bike I've ever been on was just really uncomfortable, and I couldn't sort of do the cycle, the pedals, like a revolution properly. So I just kind of thought bikes were out for me. And then my auntie, she donated me her bike, and I found that fitted me quite comfortably. And so I'd had that for a few years, and it kind of came out once or twice every summer when I sort of tootled down the road on it. So I just kind of just been a little bit off-road, down the nature reserve, which is where I live, but hardly anything before that, and certainly nothing on roads.
And after going to that ride, first of all, I should ask, how did it feel to be on a group ride?
Well, it was great because it was a nice small group, and a lot of us were maybe new-ish to cycling, so I didn't feel the pressure of people that were really experienced cyclists or wanted to be going, fast and hard down. I was under the understanding, and it's exactly how it was. It was a nice, gentle, all paces welcome. Emily obviously introduced the whole ride as such, so I felt very comfortable from the word go. And there were some of the lovely women there again that we kind of shared our experiences a little bit on the ride, and it was lovely to be in that environment, really, to be able to kind of share sort of similar relatable stories.
That's great. So having attended that ride, did you go to any more Travel Well events after that? Well,
I went to every single one I found. So as soon as I'd got through and finished that ride, I went onto the website and found more short rides that were going from Woollerton Park, for example, which was a bit easier for me to get to, as in I didn't have to bundle my bike in a car. And so I went on that one. That was lovely. That was a few more people were on that one. Again, it was just great to connect with lots of women from different areas, different ages, different experiences. And then after that, there was another one, and that was from Bulwell over to Bestwood, which I really wanted to do. It felt like a challenge to me, but I didn't have any idea of how I was going to get to Bulwell. So I contacted Emily, and she said that she would be happy to meet me in Nottingham City Centre, and we would cycle together to the meeting point in Bulwell, which was a really big deal for me. It was sort of 9 o'clock in the morning on sort of like busy roads with a few sort of little hills involved and roundabouts. So that was an amazing experience as well to have, like, kind of be coached by Emily kind of from A to B, and then it was lovely to then meet up with the other ladies and go off-road in Bestwood, and it was great to be around all the park, the nature there.
Lovely. Okay, so it sounds like you've done lots of rides. Any other activities as well?
Yeah, well, I was just, threw myself at everything that women in Tandem had to offer. And so after that, they had a Travel Well supported or funded basic maintenance workshop, and that was to learn about punctures, how to take off a wheel and an inner tube and learn how to find a puncture and repair it. And, that might be sort of like on the roadside. So, we did it sort of as though we might be standing on a roadside trying to fix our punctures. So I came along to that. I think that was 2.5, 3 hours long, and it was pretty much a very, very, very it was a great thing to do, because I literally got a puncture 2 weeks after that, and I knew exactly what I was doing. So it was unbelievable timing. It was brilliant.
That is perfect. It's as if the cycling gods had sent you a thorn to put your lessons to practice. Okay. And any others? Yes,
I have then. And then again, I looked at, I found the basic maintenance really interesting. I quite enjoyed all the sort of the mechanics, learning a bit about the mechanics of the bike. So I went along to an open workshop that was, again, provided through the funding of Travel Well, and that was a 3-hour session. You could go for however long, but I chose just to go for 3 hours and get some advice on what I could do. Again, this bike was donated to me, and when Sarah, who was sort of leading the session, she had a look, she said, yep, we can definitely do this. So I fitted new brake pads and new brake cables, which was amazing. They were provided by Women in Tandem, and there was a volunteer there. She helped me as well work out what was going where, and that was, again, really empowering to be able to do that and go away with new brakes, and they really needed it. Was quite different, so it was amazing to get fresh new brakes on the bike.
That's fantastic. It sounds like you're becoming quite self-sufficient.
Yeah, it was. Yes, yeah, definitely.
Really good. I mean, the next question, you perhaps already answered it, but how has the Travel Well project supported your cycling?
Well, from September through till sort of the end of last year, it got me, I went on so many different short rides through the Travel Well project, and then obviously through little bits of maintenance and sort of help with mechanical things. So it just really kind of fueled my passion, this new passion that I found, and it was great to have so many opportunities. In fact, it didn't feel like there was enough. I wanted more and more, but it was great. Almost every week I think I was probably out riding and slowly getting more and more confident to go out a little bit by myself, because as I say, I did want to do as much as I could before it got really cold. So yes, And
are you still managing to get out? Where are you at with your cycling now?
Yeah, so back September, when I didn't think I could do the 5 miles that were on the roster for that day, I've now managed to kind of get up to, in fact, I've just done a little challenge of myself, and that was for February, and it was called Cycling for the Trees, and I was raising money for the National Forest, and it was to complete 300 miles for February, and I completed 320 in 28 days. So I was really, really chuffed to get that. I mean, it doesn't sound a lot for lots of people maybe, but to me that was an incredible achievement, to get to 320 miles.
It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
I'm jaw-dropped here. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, so I've slowly, I think what I'm mostly pleased about is that I've kept cycling all the way through winter with like I'm still on my auntie's kind of like kind of dilapidated old hybrid bike, and I'm just in my whatever hiking or running gear that I can like put on, and I've still managed to get out there and all the all weathers. So yeah, I'm chuffed that I've managed to build up so many miles over winter.
That's great. Yeah. And I think that it would be quite nice to include in our interview that you're now working for Women in Tandem. So.
Yes. Well, after kind of being so involved in the rides and the workshops, I enjoyed just sort of volunteering as well. So I came along and helped out at a few workshops, again, to help better my own knowledge and meet more people and just be part of a community. Mm-hmm. And then when I saw the little part-time job come up to be a volunteer coordinator, I applied, and I was lucky enough to get the role that, yes, I now have at Women in Tandem.
And now you're a very valued member of the team. So
thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Yes, I love being here.
Oh, that's really good. So it's really had quite a profound impact then.
Yeah, it has, from literally like August 2024, pretty much zero cycling experience, to now, I've been on like a cycling weekend with other women in the Peak District. It was a trail gravel riding weekend, and I'm hoping to go to another one in the summer with them, a much bigger one in the Lake District. And I've just signed up for a 3-day mechanic school weekend on the South Coast, so I'm excited to again extend my knowledge further. And yes, fingers crossed as well, my first Audax in April. So
it's wonderful to hear. So is cycling, has it replaced any other forms of transport for you? Are you using it as your main mode of transport now?
I suppose I definitely am. I do still use the car, but it's amazing at just how stagnant the car has become since I have been cycling. I will go a week without getting in it. It's been brilliant. So yeah, I've found some lovely commute routes into work and out again, and yes, to use it just locally as well. It's just great to just get on the bike and zip into Beeston or Nottingham, and again not have to pay for any sort of parking or any kind of transport costs. So it's as well as giving me good exercise.
Are you finding it saved you some money?
Oh gosh, yeah, loads. Yeah, definitely.
That's great.
Yeah.
I noted that you did a maintenance class with Women in Tandem. That was
yes.
a Travel Well one. What made you decide to use Women in Tandem for maintenance classes, and had you had any other experiences elsewhere?
I've been looking around at all the things that, because I know that RideWise do a lot of things that are funded by Travelwell, and so I do keep looking out for things on the RideWise website. I did go to, I think it was a 3-hour session with RideWise in Bilborough, and that was a basic maintenance course, a little bit different to the puncture one, but great in that it kind of like took you around the bike from sort of like one end to the other. It basically covered the M-check, but in great detail.
Okay, thanks so much for your time.
Oh no, absolute pleasure.
Unless there's anything else that you wanted to add, I'll wrap up.
Okay, no at all. Thanks, Emily.
Nice one, thanks.
You've been listening today to the Travel World podcast. Thank you very much for joining us. To find out more about Women in Tandem, please visit www.womenintandem.org.uk. To find out more about Travelwell and to see our list of upcoming activities, please visit www.transportnottingham.com/Travelwell.